Hi guys, so time's come. You've had all week to think of your best joke, so now it's time to make me and Scott laugh. So we've got
Let's have a look. I can't remember.
it is the Alfawise A95X. That has a Rockchip 3329 processor in it. It's alright, it's not amazing, but it's a free box, isn't it? So that's good. The next box, so the second prize is the R69. Not a bad piece of kit. Right, so let's start this. So I think Scott can start with the first joke. So he's going to try and make me laugh.
Okay, first joke is from Abhi Patil, and he says, Wikipedia, I know everything. Google, I have everything. Facebook, I know everybody. Internet, without me, you are nothing. Electricity, keep talking, bitches.
I don't get it.
Better luck next time, eh?
Yeah, right. Next one's up is by DION 1949. You've commented a few times actually on our post, so here goes this joke. Once a Chinese man came to Goa for holidays. At airport, he hired a taxi to take him to Panjim. On the way, he sees a bus. He sees a train passing by on the railway bridge the other side. He says, the train. Chinese man gets off the taxi and asks for meter readings. Driver, 5,000 rupees. 5,000 is so fast. Driver, because the meter is made in China. Those sort of jokes I think you need to read a couple of times, don't you, to actually, you know.
Yeah. Next up's Alan DION.
Right.
He says, do you remember blowing bubbles as a kid? Because he's in town and he's looking for you. Oh my god.
Are you trying? Yeah, but are you trying to get our account closed down? Is that your aim here? I'm not sure. Because you two, it's not a bad one, really.
It's the funniest so far, though. Funniest so far.
Is it my go now?
Yeah, it's your go.
Okay, all right. And God said to John, "Come forth, and you shall be granted eternal life." John came fifth and won a toaster. I've heard that one before, actually. Yeah.
Next one is 2 yen Nagayen. I'm sorry, I can't pronounce that. It's yeah. Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the best joker of them all should get the A95. Okay, could you step aside a bit? I can't see, you're too fat.
Yep. Moving on. that was. Was that even a joke?
Maybe it is where he's from.
This guy's just posted cycling is fun, and a link to a Facebook.
I think Brian Anderson's just posted a video that's been posted by someone else and trying to pass it off for his
We
time.
don't have time to look at. Sorry, we don't have time to look through that. Right, teacher. Kids, what does the chicken give you? Student, meat. Teacher, very good. Now, what does the pig give you? Teacher, no. Student, bacon. Teacher, great. And what does the fat cow give you? Student, homework. Very good.
Yeah.
I've heard that one before.
Aaron Copeland says, what do footballers drink?
Go on then.
Penalty. This is going to be a...
This is going to be a long one. What? All right, it's my go. So Aaron Copeland. I think this is this is twice now he's posted. But anyway, we'll give him another shot because the first one was rubbish. What's brown made from leather and sounds like a sneeze?
No idea.
A shoe. Second bad one, right?
Bear with me. This is from
It's,
Pat Murray.
oh God, right.
2 Irish builders, Paddy and Seamus, are seated either side of a table in a rough pub in Dublin, where well-dressed man, I read that wrong. I read that as man-eaters. 2 Irish builders, Paddy and Seamus, are seated either side of a table in a rough pub in Dublin, when a well-dressed man enters, orders a beer, and sits on a stool at the bar. The 2 builders start to speculate about the occupation of this suited man. Paddy says, I reckon he's an accountant. Seamus says, no way, he's a stockbroker. Paddy says, he ain't no stockbroker. A stockbroker wouldn't come in here. The argument repeats itself for some time until the volume of beer gets the better of Pat and he makes for the toilet. On entering the toilet, he sees that the suited man is standing at the urinal. Curiosity and several beers get the better of the builder. Paddy says, "Excuse me, no offence meant, but me and my mate were wondering, what do you do for a living?" The guy says, "No offence taken, I'm a logical scientist by profession." Paddy says, "Oh, what's that then?" He says, "I'll try to explain by example. Do you have a goldfish at home?" Paddy says, well, yeah, I do, as it happens." The man says, well, it's logical to follow that you keep it in a bowl or in a pond. Which is it?" Paddy says, "In a pond." The scientist says, "Well, then it's reasonable to suppose that you have a large garden." Paddy says, "As it happens, yes, I've got a big garden." The suit says, "Well, it's logical to assume that in this town, if you have a large garden, then you have a large house." Paddy says, "As it happens, I've got a 5-bedroom house, built it myself." The suit says, "Well, given that you built a 5-bedroom house, it is logical to assume that you haven't built it just for yourself and that you are quite probably married." Paddy says, "Yes, I am married. I live with my wife and 5 children." The suit says, "Well, then it is logical to assume that you are sexually active and with your wife on a regular basis." Paddy says, "Yeah, 5 or 6 times a week." The suit says, "Well, then it's logical to suggest that you do not masturbate very often." Paddy says, "Me? Never." The suit says, "Well, there you are. That's logical science at work." Paddy says, "Well, how's that then?" The suit says, "Well, from finding out that you had a goldfish, I've told you about your sex life." Paddy says, "I see, that's pretty impressive, thanks mate." Both leave the toilet and Pat returns to his mate. Seamus says, "I see the suit was in there, did you ask him what he does?" Paddy says, "Yeah, he's a logical scientist." Seamus says, "What's that then?" Paddy says, "I'll try and explain then. Do you have a goldfish?" Seamus says, "No." And Paddy says, "Well, then you're a wanker."
Right, the teacher asked the class to use the word fascinate in a sentence. Molly put up a hand and said, "My family went to my granddad's farm, and we all saw his pet sheep. It was fascinating." The teacher said, "That was good, but I wanted you to use the word fascinate, not fascinating." Sally raised her hand. She said, "My family went to see Rock City, and I was fascinated." The teacher said, "Well, that was good, Sally, but I wanted you to use the word fascinate." Little Johnny raised his hand. The teacher hesitated because she had been burned by Little Johnny before. She finally decided there was no way you could damage the word fascinate, so she called on him. Johnny said, "My Aunt Caroline has a sweater with 10 buttons, but but her bleep are so big she can only fasten 8. The teacher sat down and cried.
Moving on. Okay, next up is Sky Kid. Actually, I'll do that bit again because I'll edit it in from where you go. Okay, next up is from Sky Kid 3. And his joke is, a man with a beard 100 years ago says, "Okay, I'll go and chop down some trees." Man with a beard now says, "I found a great face mask that's gluten-free."
I don't get it. Do you get it?
I think it's to do with hipsters.
2 hunters are out of the woods when one of them collapses. He's not breathing and his eyes are glazed, so his friend calls 911. "My friend is dead, what should I do?" The operator replies, "Calm down, sir, I can help. First make sure that he's dead." There's a silence and a loud bang. Back on the phone, the guy says, "Okay, now what?" No, I like that one. I do like that one.
Yeah, well, that brings us to the end of the comments. So now we have to pick a winner. Or 2 winners. I liked Alan Dion's joke. I think that generated the most laughter out of us both. But I think it's maybe not for the right reasons.
Yeah. 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 Maybe not. Yeah. All right. Yeah. All right. Yeah. All right. Alan Dion, I think you are the first winner. What do you reckon? Yeah.
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 So Alan, get in touch, Alan Dion. You've won yourself an A95X box.
We'll probably send you a PM anyway. But if you're watching this, send us a message anyway, and then send us your address, and we'll get it sent out. So you've won the Alfawise A95X and all its gubbins. Right. So who's up next? So we've got this R69. It's nothing special. It isn't. It isn't nothing special. But you know, it's not a bad looking piece of kit actually. So who's up next? Who's going to win this one?
I quite like the last one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Wes Lee.
Yeah, alright. Wes Lee, you've won yourself an R69 Android TV box. So if you can get in touch, we'll send you a PM and we'll get that sent out to you. So yeah, I think that pretty much concludes this video. Remember guys, GearBest are running a really good promo at the moment. It's going to be running, I think they said actually it's going to be running until the 18th. There's tons of discounts available on GearBest at the moment, and you know there's also loads of different discount codes as well, which you can save even more off each of the prices. So definitely get yourselves over there. I will leave all those links in the description. If you want to check them out, fantastic. It'll be a great help to us as well. So yeah, I think that pretty much concludes it.
Yeah, don't forget guys though that the website's been completely rebuilt and relaunched, and you can find us at the same place, mxqproject.com, but everything's completely different. It's we've completely just remade the entire thing. We've also migrated the forums over there, so you can come and sign up to the forums. We're posting all of our reviews and tutorials over there as well, so come and check us out on there, and of course as usual the Facebook group, and we've still got the TX2 competition going on. So come on guys, get that video viewed, get it shared, get it commented, and you could win yourself a TX2 Android TV box as well.
Thanks for watching guys, we'll see you next time.